Hey, my friend, before abundance arrives in your life, there's a deeper invitation, a shift that must happen inside of you. Because abundance does not simply show up because you want it, it shows up because you are a match for it. The same as you are a match with what's present in your life right now. The journey that you're on is not about forcing, chasing, or hustling harder. It's about aligning with a frequency that is already present all around you. It's about remembering that wealth is not something you create, it's something you allow. And right now, as you're listening to this message and watching one of my paintings that I've created, in this very moment, infinite streams of abundance are flowing through this universe. They're flowing through ideas, through opportunities, through people, through unseen doors. But you will only receive as much as you're willing to believe is possible. And that's where the real work begins. For most of us, the programming we inherited was one of limitation. We were taught that money is scarce, that you must work painfully hard for every dollar, that you should be grateful for just enough. And while gratitude is very powerful, settling is not. Just enough is still scarcity in disguise. It's the silent agreement that says, I will survive, but I won't thrive. And part of you believes that you don't deserve to thrive or that you will never be able to thrive, but it's just a belief. It's the inner belief that says, I will accept crumbs because I don't think I'm worthy of the feast. But you are not here to survive, my friend. That's something you need to imprint into your heart. You're here to expand. You're here to create. You're here to overflow. That's why it feels so good when you do. You are a creator. And it means that you're here to create, to produce, to do things. And every time you do something that truly feels great and creative and exciting, you experience the state of overflow. That's the state of abundance. When we do it in a way that's organized, when we are consistent with it, and when we believe that it will grow into something wonderful, we are in alignment with abundance. So the first step is very simple and it's very profound. Choose to think beyond just enough. When you hear yourself say, I just need enough to cover the bills, gently correct yourself. I choose a life where my needs are met and I have more than enough to give, to grow, to live beautifully. That small shift rewires your identity if it's done over and over and over again. Because you need to remember that beliefs are formed through repetition. What you believe today is only because you've been hearing it over and over and over again in the past, and you've emotionally surrendered to it. Identity is the soil from which all results grow. So everything starts with who you believe that you are and what you believe that you're worthy to receive. Your mind has been telling this scarcity story for so long that it will keep repeating it automatically. And that's completely normal, but it doesn't need to stay like that. It's not proof that you're stuck. It's proof that you're healing, that you're willing to overgrow this program. Every time a scarcity thought appears, like, what if there isn't enough? What if I lose what I have? What you can do is to pause, take a deep breath, and declare, that's the old story. I now expand into overflow. Write it in the comment section. I now expand into overflow. And don't stay with words. Truly visualize how you live if you live in overflow. What choices are you making? How do you dress? How do you talk? How do you walk? Just to notice a new body, like you are living a new life when you live in overflow. It doesn't mean you already need to have the overflow of money to feel like that or to live like that, but you need to awaken that feeling to see that there is a different way you could live. There's almost a completely new life you would embody if you would live more in the feeling of overflow. There's overflow of happiness. There's overflow of knowledge. There's overflow of beauty in nature. There's overflow of people that you could meet and connect. There's overflow of ideas that you could initiate. And one idea will definitely turn into financial abundance as well, if it hasn't already. If there's something else you're looking for, there's abundance of it already somewhere. Maybe not in your life, but it is somewhere, which means it can also come into your life when you tap into the overflow in that area of your life. And only you can know for you how that would be embodied. And your intuition will help you to guide you to it. It's not about just positive thinking. It's very deep neurological rewiring. Each time you interrupt the old pattern, you weaken it. Each time you replace it with expansion, you strengthen a new pathway. Over time, the new story becomes automatic, and when your inner narrative changes, your outer reality has no choice but to follow. So what's the difference than just positive thinking? Well, the difference is that when people practice positive thinking, but they don't identify the negative deep beliefs beneath it, they're just putting something over, but it never goes into the depth of their true identity. And when we identify the deep belief that is driving our behavior, that is making us feel certain state of lack or fear or doubt, then we can reframe it, and that is replacement. And replacement will lead into a greater sense of confidence and worth, because now we are working in the subconscious. So, money is energy, and energy responds to the way you treat it. If you treat money with fear, it hides. If you treat money with resentment, it avoids you. But if you treat money with gratitude, reverence, and joy, it flows. When you're paying it, when you're paying bills, when you're in a grocery store, that's when you're actually training your nervous system, your state of being, with a new relationship that you have with money. Bless every payment and every purchase. When you pay a bill, don't think, there goes my money again. Think, I'm circulating wealth. What I give returns multiplied. This simple act transforms your vibration. It moves you from loss into flow. It teaches your subconscious that money isn't leaving you, it's moving through you. And everything that moves returns. Like a breath, you give it out and you get it in. You can even create a small ritual around money. When you pay for groceries, pause and thank the universe for the nourishment. Thank the person that works there, that was a part of this exchange. When you tip someone, smile and silently say, I give with joy because I know more is on the way. Whatever creative act you do in this way, it will shape you a little bit. And it's like a brick that builds a house. It's not one brick, there must be many of them. So there must be many acts like that, many changes in energy until your dominant energy will change. And that's when your life will reflect that change. These are these small intentional moments that build a relationship with abundance that is rooted in trust rather than fear. So when you're imagining things like that, part of you may be like, it's just a fantasy, I'm just making it up. But actually it's the blueprint of reality. Everything you've ever manifested, or created or experienced. Every home, job, relationship, everything firstly started in your mind. You've started thinking about it. You've started imagining it until you've started feeling emotionally driven to go there, to start that new job or to do whatever thing that you've been dreaming about. So each day, spend time imagining abundance flowing to you in expected and unexpected ways. But don't fall into a trap. When people visualize, they fall into a trap of feeling lack of what they visualize, and therefore their energy stays locked in lack of it. The purpose of visualization is that we tap into already having it, already being there, because that shifts us into an energy of receiving. Because if our inner state says, I already have it, the outer world must reflect it, because the world is just a mirror of what's within us. So see money arriving from sources you didn't anticipate. Visualize someone paying you back. Picture an email with a new opportunity. Feel surprise and delight as it happens. The point is not to control how it shows up. The point is to normalize the feeling of receiving. The universe always matches your dominant emotional state. If your dominant state is, I don't know how, you block the flow. If your dominant state is, I'm open and ready, abundance will find you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, you never know when, that's the point. But it will find you when you actually stop looking for it and when you start truly cultivating the energy of already having it. So I want to give you a very powerful secret. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest who you are being. That's why your life will always reflect who you are right now, in a deep state of yourself. Like, what's the most dominant feeling you feel? The most dominant emotion you experience? The most dominant thoughts that you think? You will always see a reflection of that in your life. There's a version of you, the abundant you, who already lives in overflow. They think differently, they speak differently, they make decisions from trust, not fear. And that's what I want you to contemplate on. So ask yourself, how would that version of me think about money? What choices would they make? How would they carry themselves? Write it down, because when we write things down, we materialize our thoughts. They become more real to us. And if we are truly honest with ourselves, we can recognize what is still a lack belief, what is still a lack perception of something, and maybe even from where we got it. So we understand that our reality is a reflection of our inner state, but it's not the only reality that is possible for you. After that, start being that new version of you. It's not about pretending or overspending. It's about aligning your inner state with the reality you're calling in. Like when you're once again in a grocery store, how abundant you would feel when you pay. You don't need to have all that money already to feel like that. You need to practice feeling it. Because you will notice, like, why would you stay in lack forever if you have a chance to make a change? And once again, things will not shift immediately, but maybe they will. More you believe, more you stay open, faster things will align to you. Because more a person can believe that their inner state truly creates their outer world, faster things will change, because there's less resistance. So, would abundant you think of money out of fear, or would it think how money constantly circulates all around you? Would abundant you stress over every cent? No, they would trust the flow. Would abundant you limit their dreams? I think not. They would dream bigger. They would raise their standards, and they would understand the art of patience, that not everything happens immediately, and therefore stress and fear should not dictate their vision for the future, they understand that every great work takes time, so they stay patient, but they know that it will work out, so they never stop working on their passions, on their dreams, on their vision. Because the more you embody that version, the faster reality catches up. So, of course, there's a state of gratitude in this work, right? Because it's a gateway to more. It's not just about saying thank you, it's about training your nervous system to feel safe with abundance. Because the truth is, most people subconsciously resist wealth because they don't feel safe receiving it. If you start by appreciating the money you do have, appreciate the small blessings, a free coffee, a gift, a discount, a bill paid with ease, this tells the universe, I can handle more, I welcome more. You can even write it in the comment section. I'm grateful for something. Just write, I'm grateful for something that is already abundant in your life. Let's see some examples of what is already overflowing in your life, because you also give other people permission to notice more. So thank you for your contribution. At the same time, expand yourself. Write down what overflows. Like when you're noticing what you appreciate in your life, at the same time start noticing like what you want is already present as well, and be as specific as you can be. The clearer your vision, the clearer your awareness around what you have, the faster it materializes, because it's all about details. And often we call it alignment or spiritual alignment, which is a very powerful thing because it aligns us with something new. And that's when incredible ideas truly find us, that help us to get ourselves towards a new opportunity or new thing. So how else can we practice alignment? If we put it into action, that's when the universe can meet us halfway, right? So the first thing is to track incoming abundance. Like create a journal or just a piece of paper, or have an abundance journaling block and write every form of abundance that comes in. Maybe money, gifts, opportunities, compliments. It's all abundance. This will train your mind to notice and multiply it. To notice every time you receive it, you will see that maybe you had an effect on your reality. Then the second thing to practice alignment is give something away. It could be maybe $5, a meal, or your time, or compliments. Maybe giving something that you value to someone else. It affirms trust. It says, I know there's always more where that came from. And it truly shows that you are now in the flow. Now you have so much to give. And the third step to stay in alignment is invest in growth. So many times people are just buying stuff and that keeps them broke. But when people start investing into growth, into books, into courses, into tools, into traveling, into learning, studying, and investing into what will grow their skills, their talents, their business, that's when they actually open up to abundance, because they see opportunities they could never saw before. So use some of your resources to expand. That will open you up to abundance. People are strict with what they have, and that also keeps them close. So you see, abundance is not just about money. It is time, it is love, it is wisdom, it is skills, it is creativity, it is support. And when you open to receiving in all areas, money becomes just one channel among many. So when someone offers help, say yes. When love appears, receive it. When opportunities arise, walk through the door and make these bold moves that are necessary from you to make it happen. Each yes expands your receiving capacity, and the universe will mirror that expansion in every form, including wealth. So, my friend, understand that abundance often arrives the moment you no longer need it to fill a void. And this is the most powerful saying maybe in today's message. Abundance often arrives the moment you no longer need it to fill a void. When you remove the urgency for having it. That's why it's so important sometimes to have already a good income or some kind of a side project that pays us well to manifest more money, because we're not in this state of urgency anymore. I've experienced the most financial breakthroughs in my life when I've stopped hoping for it, when I've stopped waiting it, when I was already fine, I was making enough money, and that's when, for example, my art actually started selling way better, because I was truly not needing it so much anymore. So I've noticed that the state of needing is the state of blocking all great manifestations. When we organize our lives the way that we are kind of fine, we all can do it. We all can find opportunities when we open up to it, when we just take some action towards what will provide us a bit more freedom. Then we will also remove resistance. Not that it's necessary, sometimes we can do it just mentally or emotionally, but many times it works very well if we at least take care that we have enough, and then we work on this mindset, and then we change our energy. So when you stop chasing and start trusting, you step into alignment. Seeds don't sprout the moment they're planted, right? But they will sprout when the soil is ready. Your job is to become the fertile ground. Keep nurturing your mindset, as I said. Keep aligning your energy. Keep showing up and trust that what's yours is already on its way. So as you move through the days ahead, remember, my friend, that each time a scarcity thought arises, say, that's the old story. I now expand into overflow. Bless every payment. Celebrate every receipt. Imagine money flowing from everywhere. Speak, act, and walk as the version of you who always has more than enough. Just notice your body posture. Notice how you talk with other people. Are you complaining, or are you speaking in confidence? And watching your words and truly being aware, like, where is your energy when you're interacting with others? Because abundance isn't, something that just happens. It's something that truly reflects you, and it's not far away. It's not waiting for you to work harder. Well, sometimes actually you need to work harder if there's stagnation, and you need to push yourself out of it. But it's truly not waiting you to work harder. It's not waiting for the stars to align. It's waiting for you to align with it. And when you do, with what we've talked today about, when you fully embody the truth that you're worthy of more than enough, life will rush to meet you at that vibration. Opportunities will appear out of nowhere. Money will find its way to you. Support will come from places you couldn't have planned. So, abundance is not a someday thing, it's a now thing, and it's already moving toward you. So, my friend, are you ready to open the door to it and do what your heart says that you need to do at this point? To some, if it's just healing right now, it's actually allowing yourself to relax into trust. And to some of you, it's maybe truly moving out of stagnation and doing what you felt for such a long time that you need to do. So you just need to pay attention. What is that deep feeling that you've been neglecting within you that will pull you deeper into expansion and overflow and joy of life? So I will leave you here. I hope you found a great value today. You can even write in the comment section 888 if you resonate with this message today. And share your gratitude. This is the most powerful way to stay open, to stay in a state of receiving, and to see bigger opportunities, to truly notice what is finding you. So you're not in autopilot, you're in very receptive and loving, open way. So yes, you are powerful, my friend. I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. It's called Infinite Potential. I've made it a long time ago, but it's still as strong as it was when it was created. So to anyone who would like to get a symbol of it, you can go into AttractPassion.com. You will find all of my paintings there. This one is going, as I said, under the name Infinite Potential. You will find it like that. But also see other paintings. Each has a very unique energy that will support you in whatever you need. They were all channeled. I see a picture in my mind's eye and I paint it. So I bring them into this third dimension. So yes, go and check it out. And till next time, one love.